I was scrolling X this week when I came across this post by Matt Goodwin, an insane statistic from the UK. If you're a high earner on 100,000 to 125,000, you only get to keep £38 of every £100 you earn. Matt also linked the article by The Telegraph, which is in the description. Now this sounds crazy, and it is. The top comment on this post: after 25 years of knocking my pan in, I earn 119,000 basic with a bonus on top of that. I just got a lovely letter from HRMC informing me that yet again they've muffed the PAYE tax code. They want an additional $4,500 payable in January. I give up. It's not worth the stress. I'm going to resign and do a simpler job and have a simpler life. I rent and I don't feel rich. It's the few paying for the many and I'm sick of it. The government will lose tens of thousands and that's tough. And it's not just that commenter that feels this way. This opinion is echoed by tens if not hundreds of thousands of people in the UK and other Western countries. So what is this 62% tax rate and how does it work? I could explain it myself, but this video by a YouTuber called Kazatime explained it very well. I'll link his channel in the description. So essentially this 100,000 to 125,000 trap, this incentivizes people to break the 100k per year barrier. You lose 50p of your personal allowance, which is money that isn't supposed to be taxed, for every £1 over 100 grand that you earn. This isn't just affecting a select group of wealthy individuals in the rich areas of London. The Telegraph article stated that almost 725,000 people will fall into this trap according to the new figures, which is up from around 300,000 back in 2018. This number is only going to increase every year, and the fact that they're calling it a tax trap is very telling. So where is this tax actually going? I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that you wouldn't really mind paying taxes, provided that the money was being used to make your country better. However, many recent surveys have shown that just 30% of UK citizens trust their own government. It just seems like people don't trust where the money's going. Like in Ireland, where a government-funded bike shed costs 350 grand, or the new children's hospital in Dublin, which is 1.5 billion euros over budget, and 5 years on from its expected completion, still isn't open. When the roads are worse for wear, the hospitals are overrun, and the houses are unaffordable, people begin to wonder where all this tax money is actually going. But to get into that, we need to take a step back to see how taxes actually began. While taxation can be traced back to 2000 BC in China on grain or livestock, modern taxes began in 1799 when William Pitt the Younger, then the Prime Minister of the UK, introduced a small income tax to fund a war against France. The tax was deemed a temporary wartime measure and was just 1% for most people. Similarly, in America, during the Civil War in 1861, there was a 3% tax to raise funds for the Union war effort. Income tax was later declared unconstitutional in 1895, outlawed until 1913. Then we get to today, where the Telegraph article states high earners in the UK are taking home just 38% of their total income during a cost of living crisis. Now the counterpoint a lot of people make is that high earners deserve to be taxed more as they have more disposable income. They aren't as affected by the cost of living crisis. Why should someone barely scraping by be taxed the same as someone making 125 grand a year? And they might have a point. Should high earners pay more? Many say yes, they can afford it. But as more millionaires leave for Dubai and Singapore, the country loses not just tax revenue, but jobs and investment. Should the middle class pay more? They already feel like they're carrying the entire system themselves. Should the poor pay more? They can't. Meanwhile, billionaires often pay a lower effective tax rate thanks to loopholes and clever accounting, but those same billionaires employ thousands of people, bringing in even more tax. There's no easy answer. Finding the right balance is a tough task. You simply can't please anybody. It's up to you watching this video to form your own opinion on what you think is the best system. So finally, where does your tax money really go? Let's use the UK as an example. For every £100 the government spends, around £40 of that goes to healthcare and pensions. About £12 goes to education, another £5 to defence, and £10 or more goes just to paying interest on government debt. The rest is spread thinly across transport, policing, housing, welfare, and everything else. In the US, the pattern is similar, but the numbers are bigger. Nearly half of federal spending goes to social programs like Social Security and Medicare. About 13% funds the military, roughly 10% pays the interest on the debt. The rest covers everything from highways to NASA and USAID. So yes, your money does fund hospitals, schools, and pensions, but a staggering portion disappears into inefficiency, bureaucracy, and interest on yesterday's borrowing. This is why so many people feel frustrated. The essentials are funded, but so much is wasted along the way. So that's it. Taxes are the price of living in a modern society, but they're also the cost of government waste. Next time you look at your payslip and wonder where all your money went, just remember it's keeping the country running. Not always efficiently, not always fairly, but without it, the entire system would collapse. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and check out the video I did about the life of Henry Ford.